4 minutes till. $140 people just like that. Boom. Bah. 140 smiles. Judith, great smile. Look at that smile. Great smiles. All right. Tiola, great. Fantastic. D, where's your smile? There it is. Good job. Happy people. Angie, thank you very much. Riley Byrne, thank you very much. I love seeing people smiling. Life is good. Happy Tuesday. Almost forgot that part. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Hey, Karen. Happy Tuesday. Look at all the people.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. All right. Welcome, everybody. Winston, my man. Happy Tuesday. Fantastic. Here we go.
Happy Tuesday, Niles.
Happy Tuesday. Welcome, everybody. This is RRR247 podcast episode 15. I think we may have jumped the number. We jumped 1 week, but that's okay. Rory and I are on the same page now. We're on 15 on Tuesday and 15 on Saturday, I think. Episode 15. So this is our big night. Glad you're all here. We'll keep letting everybody in. It's going to slow down here in a minute. Welcome to Tuesday night, RRR247, episode 15. A lot of great things happened on Tuesday night. If you're brand new and I see a couple of new faces, I want you to write this down. Never miss a Tuesday night call. All the big announcements, all of the additions, all of the products, services, tools, ideas, anything Rory's going to pour into everybody to help you build your business, hit your goals, whatever your next goal is. It'll always be launched and given to you on Tuesday nights. This is his meeting with you to give you everything that's happened over the last week. That could make a big difference in your business. We also love meeting all the brand new people on Tuesday nights. I already see several brand new faces. That's good to see. Every week, there's somewhere between 10 and 30 brand new people joining the team. Why? Because we're doing everything right. And so many things are being taken care of, and so many great additions are happening that momentum is, momentum is like, I don't think we've ever seen it like this before. Have we, Linda? No. All right, so if you're brand new, we want to hear from you. Rory wants to know you made it on. Tanya wants to know you made it on. Whoever got you here would love to know that you made it in. You got on. So click on that little microphone in the lower left-hand corner or hit the space bar on your keyboard. Say hello, and don't forget to say what state you called in from, because we love seeing that too. And welcome to the call.
I already did that one.
Hello.
Odell, go ahead.
My name is Odell Cox. I'm from Hampton, Virginia.
Hampton, Virginia.
Doing very well.
Fantastic. Glad you're here. My old stomping grounds. I love that area. The home of Michael Vick. Yes. The greatest hokey
I know
ever.
him personally. I know him very well.
Fantastic. Yes, I watched him play high school football. And Marcus, by the way. All right, well, welcome to the call. I want to meet you soon. All right, fantastic. Anybody else who's brand new?
Me,
Brenda, where are you calling in from?
Iowa.
Iowa's here. Look at that. For Hampton, Virginia, all the way out to Iowa, just like that. We covered all the way across the country. Beautiful thing. I love seeing all that. We love all the states being represented. I know I love seeing Florida people log in. Linda loves seeing the Ohio people log in. We love seeing everybody log in. So if you're brand new and you haven't had a chance to say hello, it's your first call or your second call or your third call, and you just haven't had a chance to say hello yet, introduce yourself. Let everybody walk you to the team. Click on that little microphone or hit the space bar on your keyboard. Say hello, and don't forget to say what state you're calling in from. Welcome.
John Padilla from Pullman, Alabama.
Alabama. I just made Angie happy. Fantastic. Welcome. Glad you made it, John. Anybody else?
Mike Jones.
Where are you calling in from, Mike?
San Francisco Bay Area.
San Francisco Bay Area. Beautiful area. Fantastic. Glad you're here. Welcome to the team.
You're welcome.
Vivian Mosley.
Vivian, where are you calling in from, ma'am?
I'm Spartanburg, South Carolina.
South Carolina's here. Look at that. We just went back and forth across the country like, boom. That's a beautiful thing to see. Welcome. Glad you're here. Go ahead.
Thank you.
All right, we just had a bunch of people log in. I'm Tiffany from Arizona. It's not letting me get on video. Welcome, Tiffany. Sorry about that. It should let you on. We can check the settings. The settings say you can start your video. So something on your end, just click on the little caret next to the video icon and just look around in there and see which camera you're using. If you got another option, use that one because this one ain't working. That's the only thing I can tell you from this point. Cassandra Burns from Racine, Wisconsin. Welcome, Cassandra. Welcome to the team. Anybody else want to unmute, say hello?
You got a
All right.
Christy from Tennessee,
Christy from Tennessee, welcome. Glad you made it.
Frank Conley from Florida,
Stuff. I do like figuring out my own stuff. Me too. My stuff is the best.
Hey, Brenda, I got to mute you. Got to watch the TV in the background, people. Thank you very much. All right. Go ahead, Linda. What was that?
there was a Florida, hang on a minute. Frank Conley,
Frank Conley from Florida. Where in Florida? Wish I knew that answer. If you can unmute Frank, go ahead. But welcome to the team. Welcome to the call. Glad you made it. All right, fantastic. So I'm going to go one more time. I know we got started a little late. Welcome, everybody, to the RRR247 podcast, episode 15. We're rolling right along. If you haven't seen the last 14, go to the YouTube channel, log in, watch all 14 of them. Get to know the team, get to know all the announcements that Rory's made over the last 14 weeks. Go ahead, Linda.
it says Milton, Florida.
Milton, Florida. Fantastic. Welcome. Glad you're here, sir. Hopefully we'll see you real soon. And welcome to everybody. If you're brand new and you haven't heard me say this before, I want you to write this down, put it on a post-it note, stick it on your laptop screen, your computer, your tower, whatever, somewhere in your office, somewhere at your desk. You'll see it all the time. Never miss a Tuesday call. Please write that down. Every big announcement, all the important stuff that you need for your business, for you to get going, for you to get running, for you to hit your goals is always going to be taken care of and launched, talked about by Rory or Tanya or both on a Tuesday night. If they're ever going to add something to the system, a product, a service, a tool, an idea, a story from one of the leadership, a story from a brand new person that's just getting going, that'll always be talked about and given to you on Tuesday nights. All of the big announcements you need, all of the good stuff is on Tuesday nights. So do yourself a favor and write that down. Never miss a Tuesday call. And whatever he launches on Tuesday, if you don't understand it 100%, then make sure you're there on Saturday because that's what he does, the in-depth training on whatever he launches on Tuesday. So, but never miss a Tuesday night call. And we love meeting the new people as well. So if you're brand new and you haven't had a chance yet to say hello, I'm going to have to say last call also because we're already a couple minutes over. If you're brand new, first time or second week, and you haven't had a chance to say hello, meet the team and let them say hello to you and welcome you, click on the little microphone in the lower left-hand corner of your Zoom screen or hit down on the space bar on your keyboard, say hello, and don't forget to say what state you're calling in from, and welcome to the call.
Got a Quentin from Texas, Quentin Larking.
Quentin Larkin, fantastic. He's not new though. Glad you're on,
I have
Quentin.
no idea all these people's names.
Yep. All right, anybody else?
Hi, this is Kim from Pensacola, Florida.
Pensacola, Florida in the house. Thank you, Kim. Welcome to the team. And I think
Thank you.
I might have miscounted, but I think you're caller number 10. So brand new person number 10. But I think there might be a couple more, but at least you made my story true again, once again. Every week, somewhere between 10 and 30 new people. And I lost count, but for me, you're number 10. So thank you very much. And you're from Florida, so it's extra special. So welcome, everybody. We're going to get going now. I got to hit a couple buttons here. I got to hit that one, and I got to hit that one. And I do believe we're rolling. So once again, welcome to RRR247 podcast episode 15. A lot of great things happened. If you didn't hear me earlier and you are brand new and you haven't watched the last 14 weeks, go back to the YouTube channel and watch all 14 of them. As you have time, just watch one or two a night or binge watch them all if you want to make sure you got every announcement and everything Rory's done over the last 14 weeks. Now we're in week 15, but welcome to all of you. You're in a great place and you're at the right place at the right time because we've got a lot of great things happening. There's been a lot of great additions, a lot of great training that's happening lately. And tonight, this is going to be more of that. Every Tuesday, it's something different, more and more of that. More of that and more of that. And guess what? More of that. You're going to get a lot more of that. And to make sure you're here every Tuesday. So write that down. Never miss a Tuesday call. Excuse me. For those of you I haven't met yet, my name is Niall. I live in Central Florida, about 40 minutes away from the Magic Kingdom. It's a great place to be because it's not that crowded, but I can get there really, really quick. So I'm a happy camper. And I'm surrounded by about, I don't know, seems like 150 lakes that will actually take me all the way up to Jacksonville, back down to St. John's, and back over to here where I'm at. It's a beautiful place to be. I moved here a couple of years ago. Florida is going to always be my home base. I came here in 2005 in North Florida, went to South Florida, and then ended up here in Central Florida. In Central Florida, it just seems to have a lot of magic. Magic Kingdom spreads from coast to coast, to be honest with you. It's a lovely destination if you haven't been here yet. And if you haven't been here yet, get with your instructor because there's something that could be happening here soon in Florida that you might want to attend if you get a chance to do so. But all you got to do is ask your instructor about that. I've been in this industry, guys, for 35 years now. I have worked with the Rickers for 30 of those 35 years. I've seen a lot of things happen. We've accomplished a lot of great things over the years. I'll tell you real quickly who these two people are that you're getting a business with. Rory is a techie extraordinaire. When I met him, he worked for a telecom company out west, hooking everybody up with really good voicemails because all of us needed voicemails as we were advertising nationwide. I called him, I met him, he gave me the voicemail, but he showed me something very special, Kim. As I built a network of people around the country, 25, 35, 45, 55,000 people, up to 100,000 people and growing, Rory showed me how I could put a message on that system and shoot it out to all of them at the same time through voicemail. Seems like no big deal today because we have such great technology, but this was in 1992, way before we had the internet. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have emails. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have any of the technology we have today, but this techie did it through the phone company, and it changed the industry for a lot of people. I'm an ex-carpenter. I went back to school to be an aviation mechanic when I had a bad injury to my back one year, but it was while I was in school I was introduced to this, and I've seen this industry before, but it never really got my attention. But while I was in school, and I had a wife and 3 kids in tow with me, by the way, going to school, it's not just tough on me, it's tough on the kids. So I was looking for a way just to make an extra $500,000 a month, spoil the kids more on the weekend, right? So it got my attention, and I looked in there and I had a really good look at it. But what I seen is something that I never seen before. And I seen some material and I seen some statistics about the industry, and I met some people through that just kind of really got my attention. I realized it's a lot more than I ever thought it was. And I was able to finish school. I did stay, and I didn't go to work at the airport for about 8 months. But when I took a good look at this, I actually got on the phone and started calling people. I wanted to interview them a little bit and learn more about it. And I went to a meeting. I found a meeting that was happening not too far from me. I drove about 4 hours to get there because I needed to meet these people. And I met some people that were making incredible incomes, right, or yearly incomes. And I interviewed each one of them as they came off the stage. I shook their hand and got right in their face and wanted to know their story and, what made it tick, how did they accomplish everything that they did. And I found a common thread amongst all of them. And they would repeat the exact same common thread. I'm going to share that with you tonight. The difference between me or you, if you're brand new, and the people who have been around for a while, making a lot of money every year and a lot of money every month. Ready? Write this down. They've been doing it longer. That's the only difference. They're the only difference between any of us and any of those top earners in the company is they were doing it longer. And if you just put the time in, eventually you'll be where they are. If you don't make that one mistake you can make here, and that's quit. If you quit and give up on yourself, yeah, you're never going to get there. But if you don't quit and you don't give up on yourself, then you will get there. I'm a big believer in that. What one man can do, another man can do. So I dove into the industry. And then I went from a dad who hardly got to see his kids. I was lucky to get home in time to have dinner with them. But it was usually give them a kiss on the forehead, tell them to brush their teeth and go to bed, right? Working too many hours, side jobs. Even when I was going to school, 16 credits a semester, and then doing side jobs after school, and then finally getting home to the kids. I went from a dad working like that and not seeing them to a dad that got to put them on the bus, take them off the bus, go to every football practice, go to every volleyball practice, go to every cheer practice, because I had a daughter that was a cheerleader too. And when a high school needed a bowling coach, I raised my hand and became the bowling coach. Why? Because I had 2 kids that wanted to be on the bowling team, and they gave me a chance to have even more time with my kids. And that big trophy you see behind me, I took 4 bowlers who didn't know how to bowl and they were so far ahead in first place in that league that no one could have even touched them. They had a timer, and I love taking a kid that throws a lot of gutter balls and then just give them a couple little pointers, and they keep it on that lane the first time, and they knock down 7, 8, 9 pins. It don't even have to be a strike, but they just turn around, that big smile on their face because they just knocked out a bunch of pins. I just get so much joy out of that. So yeah, I became the bowling coach. Why? Because I could, and because it gave me more time to spend with my kids. I dove in and just decided one day I was going to be a student of this industry and a student of the system that we were working at the time, and I was going to outwork everybody else. Before I even knew what I was doing, I was just going to put in more time, put in more effort, and outwork everybody else, and it would all balance out. As I was learning how where the nuts and bolts go, I just got as many nuts and bolts as I could, put it into motion, and I hit my goals rather quickly first month. I doubled that second month. I tripled it the third month. And a couple of years into the industry, I looked back one day, and I think I was having a conversation with Rory when I did that, and said, I'm earning more in 2 months than anybody I've ever known has earned in an entire year. I'm getting checks out of 17, 18 countries, and I've never been there, and I don't speak their language. How did that happen? The internet. Because we started off snail mail, but Rory, when the internet came out and hit everybody's home in 93, 94, remember those days? Some of you remember those days. I know, Kim, you're probably too young to remember that day. You look that young anyway. When everybody got the computers in their kitchens or their home offices, and Judith, you remember the monitors that were about this big? Usually it took 2 people to carry it in, right? That's when we all got online. I didn't want to. I was reluctant. I didn't know anything about computers. I'm a carpenter and a mechanic. But Rory was a good enough guy to say, you've done really good in the United States. Let's get on the internet and talk to everybody in these other countries too. And I started thinking about that, and I thought, why not? I need to keep growing. And how do I keep growing? I keep learning. How do I keep learning? I keep trying new things. So I went out and bought a computer. We jumped online, and everything was just history from there. I never knew what was going to happen. When I met him in Miami the first time, I didn't know what was going to happen. I just knew he was one of the good guys. He had some great ideas, and I wanted to know him for the rest of my life, right? I had no idea we were going to accomplish all the great things that we accomplished, but I knew that this guy had a lot of great ideas. He understood the internet really good. He understood keywording and SEO and online marketing and all that stuff very well. And he had a really uncanny way of predicting future trends, staying in front of stuff, especially technology, because that's his specialty, right? Technology. He got online. What did we all need? Lead generation. We needed leads. He started a lead generation company, became the #1 lead generation company on the planet, and he still holds that title today. Nobody can do what he knows how to do. And he's not going to give up that space. That's his space. He owns it, and he'll probably be the #1 lead generation company on the planet 40, 50 more years from now. The only difference is he doesn't sell them leads anymore. What does he do with them then, right, Judith? He invests them into you. He gives them to you. He gives them to you to build your business, and the return comes back to him in a couple of years. He's invested in you where he's not going to get a return for a couple of years. There's nobody else out there doing anything like that. That's the kind of person. His wife, Tanya, our co-founder, after meeting him, I got to fly out there and meet her. Oh, my. I walked in the door, and I met this young lady. And I can say that because she's 10 years younger than me. Rory's almost 14 years younger than me. I walked in the front door. I met a young lady raising 7 kids. 6 of them played football. I only had 1 playing football, and I knew how much work that was, right? She has 6 playing football, and 1 of them in professional dance, also running several other businesses that she's had for years, and helping Rory organize this, keep it on track, and how to work a calendar and train everybody. One of the most organized people I've ever met, but I realized something right away. Their skill sets complemented each other perfectly. That's why they're able to accomplish so much and do everything that they can do. True legends, right? Jim Rohn told me face to face about 25 years ago, the true legends on this planet, when I was talking about what I wanted to do with my life and my kids and my last name and how I wanted to make my last name known in the family circle, right? I wanted to get that last name up here. And I was talking about being a legend. And I was being a little facetious, but I'm talking about being a legend. And he said the true legends on this planet now are the people who find ways to help the most other people. When I met Rory and Tanya and see what they were all about and how hard they work and the way they complemented each other and becoming a power couple, I knew that that's exactly who Jim was talking about right there. Those are the people I want to be around for the rest of my life. Those are the people you guys are getting in business. People who wake up every morning and go, what can we do to make this easier for Judith to understand? What can we do to help Mary Underwood hit her goals? What can we do to help Gary Henderson expand into other countries, even or expand all the way to the North Pole, right, Gary? What can we do to help Kim and Judith and Odell and all the brand new people understand what we have, get involved in it and get into motion even quicker so that we can put some money in their pocket and help them hit whatever their goal is. If your goal is just to pad your income, your retirement plan, make an extra $1,000 a month, great, welcome. We've got the plan. All the pieces are here. If your goal is to make that much a week, welcome. The pieces are right here. If your goal is to make 10 times that, welcome. The pieces are right here. Do like I did. Just dive in, become a good student, and do everything that you can every single day. Doesn't matter how many hours you have. How productive can you be in those hours you have? That's all you got to focus on. Learn the system, learn the business, learn the tools. Roy's broken everything down so step by step. All you have to do is follow the steps. Make that promise to yourself. I will not try to reinvent the wheel. I will not try to change what he's put together. I will discuss everything with my instructor, and I'm going to follow the training and follow the steps, because you'll hear him say 1,000 times, if he can do ABC and get XYZ, then you can do ABC and get XYZ. It's just a computer. It's just a tool. It doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care your education level. It doesn't care your occupational background. It doesn't care what state you come from. It doesn't care what country you live in. It works the same way for everybody if you just get plugged in and follow the steps. I love these two to death, as you can, if you haven't figured that out already. You're going to find out that I call him my brother. She's my sister. We travel the world together. We celebrate holidays together. I know their kids and their kids' spouses. They know my kids. We've been working together for 3 decades. It's inevitable to not become family, right? But I want you to know, even the brand new person who is brand new, Judith, Kim, Odell, all of you brand new people, you're already family. And the longer you're here, the more you will feel that as well. You're family, you're on one team, and welcome to the team. Without any further delay, I'm going to bring our co-founder, my brother, my 14-year younger than me mentor still, because he just got an unbelievable brain sometimes. And they're still my go-to people when I say, oh my gosh, I wish there was more hours in the day. How can I get more organized, right? How can I be more productive? They're still my go-to people. And as the longer you're here, you're going to see why I feel about them the way I feel about them. The longer you work in the system, you're going to understand that. The more calls you attend, you're going to understand that. So Rory, the microphone, oh, there he is. He's right in front of me. I'm looking down here for you. The microphone is all yours, and we can't wait to hear what you're going to share tonight.
Brother, I'm going to start off with a couple of things. First of all, there's a lot happening, right? We've got, I mean, it's never been easier than it is today to build the business we have. And it's just because we constantly strive to make it easy, right? If you make it easy, everyone can do it. So it's what we're constantly doing. But what I'm gonna talk about today is I want to take a break from like all this push, all the stuff we're doing. Had an incredible instructor call, covering the stuff that's there, and we're executing on things that are just rolling out. Okay, and we're executing on change that's positive. Now, the thing about change is even positive change causes people to delay and go through things. And eventually you'll start embracing change because change is constant. And I want you guys to just keep in mind, and this is why we do calls constantly. We're marketing in a very past technological advancing element called the internet. All right. If it wasn't for the internet, we wouldn't have home computers everywhere. There wouldn't be a need. Right? We wouldn't have all these smartphones and smart devices connected to the internet doing things. We wouldn't have all these apps. We wouldn't have the lifestyle and conveniences that we have today without the internet. And look how fast things are moving and adapting. So that's why we got to constantly be in communication so that we can take advantage of being part of the internet and everything that it is, right? You guys have heard it called the superhighway. It's getting faster and faster and faster, more and more data going through, more and more services. You guys, we're just it's just an amazing thing. That's why we got to constantly stay up on it. Now, I want to kind of focus on new things we can blog, new things we can generate interest, intrigue, and I got to tell you, I got a topic I want to share today, just because it absolutely disgusts me. And if it disgusts me, guys, I think I have a pretty solid fortitude on life. Like I can take a lot of things. I don't get queasy easy. However, this topic, I'm telling you, this is a topic it's old. It's from the 16th century. Yeah. Tanya's telling me how gross it is because I told her what I was gonna do. I gotta tell you, I didn't believe it at first. Then I thought about it for a second and said, okay, probably. I didn't realize to the extent of what this is. Now, I kind of think that I'm keen on most things. I read a lot. I keep up with things a lot. So for something to shock me that I've never heard before, it's kind of interesting, right? And it's going to be a great topic. So those that are like ready to build up pages, Tanya's going to come in here and strangle me in a second. So I'm going to just ask, by raise of hands, is there anyone here that's aware that? Yeah, seriously, babe, this is a great topic. Can I just do my thing? You guys can't hear, but she's telling me not to do this. Okay. Hold on.
I'm not a gambling man, but I usually go with Tanya on.
Tanya says people, guys, this is a train wreck. Okay, Andy's heard of it already. I haven't even said what it is. Or he's just volunteering to help with marriage counseling. He does that too. Okay, I want to raise a hands of anybody that knows this topic. Ready? Have you ever heard of this before? Raise your hand. The reason why they say mummies are rare is because in the 16th century, for medicinal cannibalism reasons, they were eating mummies. Is there anybody aware that they ate mummies? I'm talking like the whole body consumed. Okay, Sandy's knows. Matt knows. You guys,
So,
this is new news for me. And I really didn't believe it. Then I went down a deep dive and went, oh my gosh. So I want to talk about this. Okay, there's three people. Janet knows. Oh,
sorry, my
Winston?
last name is Eddie. And when they went over the mountain trying to get out west, whatever it was, the Dahmer party and all them,
Yes.
it was the Eddie that broke away from the party and made it to the other side and didn't stay behind and eat people. Thank God.
So, okay, so let me okay, so I'm gonna do this a couple of different ways. And I'm just gonna like open this up for like a page on something to write about. I'm gonna start a draft even. Let me log into this really quick. And hey guys, I have more to talk about today, but I just wanted to drop a topic because we should be blogging, but this is one of those things. Look, okay, look, hold on. There's hundreds of us on here, and how many people know about it? 3? 4? What are we at? We have 4? 5, count myself. Niall, is this new news for you?
Yeah, the mummies. Yes, that's new news for me.
Okay, and you guys, some things in history I don't want to know about. But
And for the record, I did agree with Tanya. For the record.
so all right, so yeah, but I got a point to get across as far as we'll call it click creating content. So hold on. I'm gonna go to Rory 3. I'm gonna share my screen.
Yeah, this one made my eyes water a little bit.
I guarantee nobody said, "Hey, we're going to get on and Rory's going to talk about eating mummies on the call tonight." That's not on anybody's bingo card, right? Okay, so I'm coming here. I'm gonna visit my site, do what I do. I'm gonna oh, I gotta open up my Google Drive. I wanna oh, I'll back it up and I'll back it up later. So I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna go new page. And I don't know where to start on this. I'm gonna start with that for the title for the moment. Well, I'm gonna show you guys some key things, and we'll just have fun with this for just for a few moments here. All right, I'm gonna go pull up chat. Love chat. What can you tell me about the eating of mummies? When, who, why? Right? I'm just gonna start with that prompt. Mumia consumption. That's what it's called. Mumia consumption. Look, it right here. All right, 12th century, 18th century, with some rare references to the 19th century. That's not that long ago. Okay. Who ate mummies? Okay. So, yeah, I'm getting the image created. Okay, this is all stuff I'm doing right here on Chat GPT on this, and I'm gonna grab all of this. Okay, I'm gonna copy it verbatim, and I'm gonna come to my page, and I'm gonna put it right here. Now I gotta edit this, right, you guys? I got to edit this. I have to, right? I have to modify this, but it's a good starting point, right? And then I got it created an image. It's popping out right here. Right now I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go to my Google search. Who ate mummies? This is what I first searched, guys. Who ate mummies? I didn't even put anything specific. In Google, I said who ate mummies, and all this stuff came up. Okay. Now I'm going to scroll down. There's videos. There's videos on YouTube about this already. Okay. Now I'm going to open this video up. I'm not going to play it.
I visited.
And I want to hit share. I'm going to hit more.
So you're already using ChatGPT, and while
I want that in there. I'm going to hit share here. I'm grabbing the embed code. Now, granted, it's going to get them, they got a lot of subscribers. It's there. I'm just going to, but some of this stuff is just interesting, right? And they made content on it. I looked at it and, it's got 80,000 views. They have way more subscribers than views. Kind of interesting, but that's fine. Okay.
Is that a salt and pepper shaker?
I don't know. Like I don't know. I'm gonna tell you I didn't watch this. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna put it in my thing. There look, here's my image, and I like this image. So I will save image as it's a PNG, okay. Mamiya. And I'll just put that in my downloads. And I'm gonna open it up. I am gonna resize it because I want it to load fast. I'm just gonna make it an 800 if it'll let me. And I'm going to save it into my downloads. Okay, I'll close that. I'm just asking. We'll see what it does. I'm just asking. Okay. I'm going to come back here and I'm going to add my image. I'm going to hit upload. I'm going to go to my downloads, get the image I just put in there. All right. It's big. I'm going to make it like a 320. I'm going to make it on the right. All right. I'm going to push it up. Okay. Now, I'm going to have this link to the biohacking page. Biohacking a better you. That's fine. It's internal, so I don't need to. I'll just have it go there. And I have a whole thing that I want to end with, and I'll go there. So I'm going to come back here. I got this copied. I'm going to add this video in here somewhere, right? So I'll just put it here. I got the code. I'm going to go to HTML, paste the code in there. Now I got that video placed in my usual size that I go with. It's set the 560 to 315. I'm going to come back to
The consumption of
and I'm going to hit share. I'm going to grab another video. I mean, if people are interested, they'll keep looking for stuff all the time. I mean, in it's again. I'll put 2 videos in here. I got more stuff I have to like modify. Let me go look at my oh, it violates the contents. Okay. It gave me a suggestion what it can do. Okay. I can close that. I already got this one. I'll go back. Here's another video on why they did it. Okay, that's fine. And I'm gonna open this up. This is Science History Institute. And I'll grab this article, right? And I'll give a reference. Is it Mamiya MU? Let's see. Mamiya. I'm just going to send it to my biohacking page here. All right. And now I'm going to go and pull up Rory3.com. Actually, go to the admin. I'm just going to visit my site just because I need this. This is the long one. Yeah, it's my longest one yet. I'll put it here. I'm going to do my normal align it right, heading size 4. And this is going to be a heading 3. And my nice little blue. I'm going to come up here, index heading 3, text blue. I got to massage all of this still, right? I still got to massage all of this, work on this. I grab the content. I can add more to it as I read it. All right. There's these little lines and stuff, which you're like, I copy those in there. Do I like them? Do I want to remove them? It's all up to me, right? I can remove this line if I want to. I can leave it there. What does it look like? So I'm going to go ahead and it says your ancestors may have eaten mummies. Okay. That right there, great. To me, that's what I'm going to write this article on. I could write it on other stuff. I'm just going to start with this. Okay. Now, it's a long one. Copy. I'm going to put this under. Right now, it's going to be a floating, non-categorized page. Okay. I'm going to come here. I'm going to set up my keywords. Mamiya. And then medicinal cannibalism, right? It's right there on that word right there. Added there. I'm going to use those. So those are the keywords I'm going to use. Okay. Now I'll back those up. Right when I do my backup, I'm gonna go ahead and publish this. Look, I'm already at an 85. Now I got to modify stuff. I got things in here. I didn't even like this. Your ancestors may have eaten mummies. I got to pull that image up. Copy. There we go. I need to have it there. Then we go. Let me go look at my. There's this one. I'm pretty sure it'll be an okay size. So I'm just gonna upload it. What I do? 350? Yeah. If I round it, what does it look like? Yeah, I'm gonna go a little smaller. Let's go 290. Okay. Align left, and I'll put it right there. So I got that one. I got this one. If I round it, what does it look like? Yeah, I'm gonna keep it square. All right, so and again, and then I got this one. I can just use another Mamiya. I'm gonna have to go to the biohacking page. Just so I have a reference that it's gonna go somewhere that I can send them to, right?
So,
Okay.
Rory, for the new
Yes.
people, when you said you got a really nice article written by ChatGPT, you got to go rewrite the whole thing. That'd be a good time to tell them why you got to rewrite the whole thing
Should I
if they
appreciate
want to
that?
get Google AdSense.
Let me just finish adding my other content. Definitely will do it. Okay. So I'm gonna be pulling stuff like I'm gonna read this and put it in here, but I'm gonna put a reference. All right. Um, no, AI is great for direction, but if you use the writing and basically do the lazy way with it, you're gonna get blocked from Google. They don't want AI created content really. But that doesn't mean I can't take AI created content, make it my own verbiage, and use it as direction, which is what I do. Basically, I use it for a search direction, and then I'm going to rewrite it in my own words and modify it so I'm the author. Now, this is all great little things I grabbed here from chat, really easy, but I need to modify all of the stuff. And I don't mean like a little bit, I got to rewrite it in my own words. But I got all this stuff put together. Um,
They have filters, right? They can tell if you wrote it or
oh, they can
artificial
totally
intelligence
tell.
wrote it.
They can absolutely tell. I mean, pretty well. And what I mean by pretty well is apparently if the Declaration of Independence came across as AI generated, but it wasn't. But they said it was. Like there are some things. All right, I'm gonna put and this is Science History Institute Museum and Library. I'm gonna go see this article here. I'm gonna bold this and go to oh, I actually don't have it on okay, hold on. I have it on 1f16.com. I don't have it on Rory 3. Digital access to arts and galleries. So you guys, if you have multiple PBSs and there's a reason to do it, it's okay to go back and forth from one to the other. And that's what I'm doing here. That alone is a great topic, but I'm going to come here. And again, I'm sending it to that, but I'm also sending it to its off. It's not on this site. It's going to another one. So I want to open in a new tab. And then this one. So this gives me external links. I'm giving the credit for the stuff I want to put on there. And I'm going to tie in to another article, right? And a link to that on the same topics. So I just did that right there. And then I need to modify all of this, right? I need to just change it. So I'll rewrite this here and then we'll move on to the next topic.
But I know it's not the first time I've told you in 3 decades. When I say I'm worried that your cheese slid off its cracker.
Well, I'm going to tell you this article, right? So like, I'm going to leave this here. I'll pick it up and work on it again a little bit on Saturday and show you how I market it. But what I'm looking at is how many people are going to be just curious to click on this. And it's a topic completely unrelated to anything I would do. I want to do it as a floating page, but this might be that one that gets me 100,000 new visitors, a year, a month, a week. It could get shared. I mean, it's one of those things people are like shocked, right? And they can pass it along and share it. I can type like this image and put it on Instagram. I could do all sorts of fun things with this article, all of which to gain recognition into the system, right? Into my PBSs. And I got to tell you, okay, now I got that going for now. We'll pick it up on Saturday. I'll finish it off and start marketing it. I can tell you this right now. My mom is going to be horrified. And I'll hear about it. It'll be like the one place she'll check, right? That she'll make a comment on. But there's something to it when you can generate something. And the thing about it is I'm just sharing something that's part of history and something for people to know. And there's a proper time to share this, and that's always during dinner, right? While you're eating, you should share this. So what I'm going to do is I'll put it out there, post it, have some fun with it, right? And see where it goes. But things like this might be that boom that brings that sensation of traffic. And then I got all these other ways to monetize that traffic, right? And go. And that's why I'm going to be very coy in how I direct it to other things, talk about different things in the article, which I did, right? I put a little storyline down below and you'll see me morph this. And I'll spend some time on it. Maybe I'll put another hour in on it, 2 hours, and then market it and then kind of set it and forget it, right? See what it does. All right. And I just got to tell you guys, like, when something sticks in my mind, right? And I got to tell you, I heard about it in another context, and I was doing some other research, and it came up, and I was like, okay, the fact that it stuck in my mind, the fact that it came up day after day since I've heard it, I'm like, I got to put it out there. I can't be the only one that doesn't know this information that yet is going to be shocked by it, right? I'm not violating anything. It's just, I mean, it's not the funnest topic to bring up, but it's got a funny time. Go ahead now.
You said it kept coming up day after day.
In my
I want to
mind.
know who you're hanging out with this week.
Yeah. Oddly enough, I've been alone with myself on BRTs the whole time.
There we go. Now we're getting to the point. Now we're getting to the root of this.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys, I've written articles like on McDonald's, on Trump and Hillary Clinton. I've written that had major traffic created that I was doing as just a trial run. Like I did them as training pages. This training page could have very big impact. And I'm running with it, right? I'm going to spend some time with it. And if you can create one of those a week, that's a really good target. One a week, curiosity thing, push it out there. And this is in addition to what else we're doing, right? This is in addition to me pushing out all the Jeunesse products, all this new SHG direction with the BEB. This is just something I put out there as a curiosity piece. That's exactly what it is. And if it gets
I can see
traffic to
that.
my system, more awareness to the system. Also, what other crazy thing is we're going to put out randomly, right? There's no downside to this really, other than it could go viral and get shared enough. If I get 100 more clicks from it, awesome. If I get 100 clicks at a quarter a piece, that's $25. What if I get 1,000 over the next year because of this and where I put it out there at a quarter a piece? That's $250. What if over the next 10 years it generates 10,000 clicks at a quarter a piece? Is it worth me just spending an hour and a half to get it done and put it out there? Yes. The answer is yes. Now, you guys all but 4 of you learned something new today. And like Tanya said, you would have been better off probably not knowing it, but you learned something new anyway. My point is, I wanted to give you guys something fun to market or put out there, or an idea provoking something. But also just know that, I don't know, when I went through school, King Tut was on display, and we went and saw it in our state. And it was really cool. I got really fascinated with Egypt, and I've been to the Louvre several times and seen all the stuff they have there. And they make the mummies sound so rare, but they're not. That's the thing. And the reason why they're rare is because, well, they ate most of them. And that just shocks me still. All right, onward. Hopefully everybody, Brielle, did you put the link out for everybody to chime in and put their accountability in?
I did. Yes.
Okay. So
when I shared with you that the Eddie that didn't eat the people, they really were part of that
summer party
group of people that went over the mountains trying to get over to somewhere in Wyoming, I think. But a William Henry Eddy in my family tree was part of that party. He's the one that left the ones that wanted to try to camp up there to go get help while they start eating each other. And he got help and brought it back to get the remaining survivors out of there. He did not eat anyone, or I would have been burning my family tree, the paper.
But you know what? I mean, there's a lot. But that's an article you should write yourself. Actually, in my opinion,
I actually did. William Henry Eddy, the whole history. Yeah,
perfect. And if you want to know location, just Google Dahmer Pass. That's what it's named.
The Dahmer Party of 9. Robin Williams did a nice joke on that one.
Yes, he did. Yeah. Okay, so digression. Let's go back on some focus. Okay, guys. I want to, as we're progressing and doing things, I want your minds going on topics that are fun to write about, right? But if something stirs you, it's going to stir others, right? An amazing simple recipe. Maybe you can always blog on the books you read. Like, some of us are big readers, and you might read a whole series, and you can have a whole comment about that series and put it out there, and then we'll talk about how you can monetize that multiple ways. Okay. There's so much that we can do with our digital printing presses, the PBSs, and I always find a way to tie it into a product or service that we market. A tagline into it, whatever else. There's always something to do. And I will be relentless with it, right? Sponsored by at least, if I can't just add an opinion about it. And so that one, I just put an opinion of, like, snake oils this, thank goodness for biohacking, right? I already got them thinking, people, I mean, that's the storyline I went with, and I'll modify, put it out there. Now, here's the beautiful part. You guys saw me create one page, I actually probably could create 20 or 30 different pages off that same subject line, different keywords, and really kind of cluster it like we would do anything and put it out there. I don't have to list my categories, but I can push it out there. It also becomes a great Halloween themed period or direction. There's so many things you can do with that. And I don't know. It's, I get aimed on different directions, but the thing about it is people search for it. And I noticed that there wasn't a whole lot of advertising or sponsored things on people eating mummies. That's what I look for a good keyword to focus on when I'm looking to generate traffic in generic ways. Right? There's 6 billion people on the planet. Over half of them are online, so over 3 billion, and I want eyeballs. How am I going to get them? What can I put out there? What can I market my digital printing press that's going to drive attention, get some shares, get some intrigue to drive them into the marketing house of my PBS? Okay. We have a lot going on with the training. I'm going to make sure everybody knows you should have a study hall within your team. Make sure you're attending it. Do the activities that you're doing with your team, your leadership. They've got more guidance, more direction on to help you even more. That's what we've been focusing on. As you progress through session 1, session 2, get step 1 done, and you're into session 3, the V marketing aspect. Start attending our instructor trainings because we're focusing on how to make more now money, how to build up the momentum that this builds with all the avenues of income that are here. Okay, we got a lot to focus on. Then, guys, I have a lot we're going to go over. Thursday nights are always great. On that, there's that training that happens at 9 o'clock. That's an hour. There'll be some good topics on there. And then Saturday training, guys, this week. We're gonna have some fun. Again, I'll touch base on this, where it's at, show you how to market it. And you don't have to follow these. When I come up with a crazy one, you don't have to follow it. It's just hopefully stimulate your brain in something else. What you want to do is diversify your system. So we're all focusing on community direction. That's great. That's how we monetize. But outside of that, you want to add as original pieces as you can and directions as you can. And there's plenty of room for us to all talk about mummies. But what I want to do is get your brain going on other topics, other directions, right? I would have never thought I would ever write a page about mummies. Ever. And now I did.
What I got out of that is the things that kept popping into my head. Don't be afraid to take the road less traveled. Don't be afraid to talk about that thing that nobody else talks about, because there's always people looking, even if you think they're not. Traffic. So
one of those,
officially, his cheese didn't slide off its cracker. He got to that point that I hope everybody absorbed that part right there.
I want you guys to know one thing, and this is why it's good to have it, is I can always comment to something, and I'll teach you guys how I do the page placements. I do it on the ad placements training all the time. But I'll have somebody in story time. I call it story time, and I can always bring up this topic, and there will be someone there that'll say, no one ate mummies, Rory, and I'll just give them my article. I'll say, oh yeah, they did, and I'll just send them my article, and then put them down a deep dive. It's one of those things I didn't believe it was real. I had to go search it because I thought they were making it up. Oh, maybe a group did. No, a lot of people did.
So that
Crazy.
wrap was actually cheesecloth?
I don't know what, I mean, I thought it was something else, but I don't know what to tell you.
So y'all know, Niall, Tanya, and Dina were praying for him on the side journal. I got you covered.
All right, let's go to the millionaire course, guys. We'll have more stuff. I won't be doing anything like this next Tuesday. Tanya, I'm going to have to pay for this for a bit. But thing on the pages you're writing, there is so much more coming. I just wanted to have a little bit of fun this Tuesday because I feel like I'm just overwhelming everybody. So let's step back, have a little bit of fun. We'll be back on it. Okay. The training that I did last Saturday, if you missed it, go to the live. If you want to know how you can impact your income the most, get involved in the V marketing and get involved in the assisted V marketing. Everybody goes from step one into assisted V marketing before they're doing the full on V marketing. We changed it. All right. And I'll see you guys in the millionaire course. We got a lot of people in there this week, and we'll see more. And then I'll tell you this. Get with your teams, get with the study halls, get gelling on a plan. Get with your instructor, get with your upline leadership, your CSIs, GSI, PSI, MSI, figure out a plan to get you going more. Let's get this now money going on, guys. We've got it all laid out. We just figured out how to get people going that are in the state of mind of, well, I don't want to do anything or talk to anybody till I'm making money. Okay, great. Then do this over here so we help you make money so then you can actually help more. We figured it out. The biggest block for everybody we solved. Get on your study hall groups. See you guys in the training. Watch what I did on Monday. Go to this link. Well, get through step one and get into the V marketing training.